now it's like, oh.
Hello guys and welcome to our YouTube channel Algorithm Pod. I am Shrikant and I am teaching you the unit 5th of cryptographic and network security. And in this video I am going to tell you about the encapsulating security payload. If you guys have watched the previous videos, I have told you that we in IP we uses two type of protocol, AH and ESP. So AH we have covered, now we are talking about ESP. So what is ESP? ESP is nothing but encapsulating security payload. So it works on a two basis, which is ESP auth and it is ESP plus no authentication. What do we mean by security payload? Payload is nothing but to adding the data with a security bit. So that is what is encapsulating security payload. Now let's look how does it looks like. So basically this is the diagram. If they ask ESP, draw this diagram. This is important diagram. Let's understand how it works. As I have told you, the data should be confidential and it should be sent in a bit. So to whom you are sending the data should be seen. So that is why comes security payload. Payload is nothing but adding the data. Okay. So how does it looks like? It looks like security parameter index, SPI, sequence number, payload data variable, padding data. Padding data again consists of pad length and the next header and the authentication data. So this is the diagram of encapsulating security payload. So payload data variable to authentication data is kept confidential, like it is very confidential in nature. For example, if you are sending some data in a bit, so whatever data in a bit should be confidential, right? If you have seen the video, I have already explained you about CIA trade. So when we are using IP protocol, internet protocol, there should be confidentiality, integrity and authenticity. So the encapsulating security payload, what it does, it do is this particular bit, payload data variable, padding data and all of this are in a confidential manner. Okay, so what is payload data variable? So data before encryption is known as payload data variable. Okay, now padding of data, so it is done from 0 to 255 bits. Okay, it consists of two things, pad length and next header. Okay, so padding data add bits to make it equal to size of plain text. What it does, it adds bits to make it equal size of plain text. Whatever plain text you are using, I said data, right? For example, you are sending hi, so it adds the same number of bits. Padding data adds same number of bits as a plain text. Okay, and what does this do is next other is nothing but authentication type of payload field. So whatever authentication type we are using, it next header does that. Okay, so this is about encapsulating security payload. Okay, now let's understand how it works in a transport mode and tunnel mode. As I have told you earlier, the protocols work in two ways. One is transport mode and another one is tunnel mode. So the IPv4, the internet protocol version 4, how does it work in a transport mode? Now what is transport? End-to-end communication, right? And what is tunnel mode? Gateway to gateway communication. We'll look it afterwards. Let's see this first. So internet protocol version 4, so what does this contain? This contain internet protocol header, TCP, transmission control protocol data, and this is before applying our ESP protocol. This is before applying ESP protocol. So after applying ESP protocol, how does it look? It looks something like this: IP header, ESP header, TSP, data, ESP and auth, ESP trailer and ESP auth. After applying, we have one more field, ESP trailer and ESP auth. Similarly for IPv6, what it does, IP header, extension header, TCP and data. This is before applying our protocol. After applying, how it works is IP header, extension header, ESP, TCP, data, ESP trailer and ESP auth. Okay, this ESP header, keep this in mind. Okay, we are adding a new protocol, that's why this particular new fields are coming up after applying the ESP. So this is how it works in a transport mode. Now let's understand how it works in a tunnel mode. Okay, so in tunnel mode, what happens is it is a gateway to gateway communication. As I have gave you example, like when you pay, it redirects you to the next gateway, right? So it should be very secure because you are sending money. So sending money is again a sending type of data, right? You are sending some sort of data. So Tunnel mode, how does it work? Before applying our protocol, IP header, TCP data. After applying our protocol, how it works is new header, internet encapsulating security payload header, internet protocol header, TCP data, ESP tail and ESP auth. The new header is added. It can extend it, so that's why new header is added. Now IPv6, again same it works. IP header, extension header, TCP data. So new IP header is added, extension header, ESP header, IP header, extension header, TCP data, ESP and ESP auth. I will tell you a simple way to remember. Just read this, just understand this diagram, just keep this diagram at the last bit, okay, in the middle bit, and just add new header and ESP header, ESP trailer and ESP auth. Similarly, ESP trailer, ESP auth, new header and extension header, just add this new extension header, ESP header in this field. That's it. So this was about encapsulating security payload. I hope you have understood this video. If you have understood this video, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon for the notifications. Also like this video and share it with your friends so they can also prepare for the exams well. Thank you.